Hey everybody, welcome as we prepare looking at our upcoming Sunday Gospel, which is the 19th Sunday, and it's August the 7th, all right? First Sunday in August. Incidentally, I have a partner. We go to the prison, and Miss Audrey was away visiting family. She's back, so that means back to the visiting the prison, the women's prison up there in, wherever that place, I forget the names. It's up there somewhere by Paso Cala. So I have to get back in the swing of things, but happy to share this gospel with you. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not be afraid any longer, little flock. Your Father is pleased to give you the kingdom. Sell your belongings and give alms. Provide money bags for yourselves that do not wear out, an inexhaustible treasure in heaven, that no thief can reach nor moth destroy. For where your treasure is, there also will your heart be. Gird your loins and light your lamps, and be like the servant who waits the master's return from a wedding, ready to be opened immediately when he comes and knocks. Blessed are those servants whom the master finds vigilant on arrival. Amen, I say to you, he will gird himself and have received them at table, and proceed to wait on them. And should he come in the second or third watch and find them prepared in this way, blessed are those servants. Be sure of this, if the master of the house had known the hour when the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You must be prepared, for at an hour you do not expect, the Son of Man will come." It's a longer gospel. We'll just take a breath right here, breather, and look at what we just read. And Jesus says, "Do not be afraid any longer, little flock." He didn't say, "Do not be afraid any longer, flock," but little flock. Sort of pertains when Jesus said that in the Old Testament, there's the remnant. And so there's also questions later in the Gospel, Lord, would there be many be saved? Jesus doesn't give that answer directly, but now he does say it's a little flock. It sounds like it will be a reduced, smaller number, and not a huge flock. And provide money bags for yourselves that do not wear out, and sell your belongings and give alms. Within reason, of course, we have to take care of ourselves here on earth. You can't, give everything away. But he is saying, though, that we need the acts of charity, of giving. And back then, they didn't have banks to put money in, save. They saved it in their home, all right? And if someone broke into your house and they could find your money, you'll be out, nothing left. And so Jesus said, well, listen, just put it someplace else. Rather than saving up things here on earth, have your eternal bank account. In fact, we had a discussion the other day with my men's small group. When we get to heaven, God willing, will we all be treated the same? From those who, by God's mercy, gets in, those who lived an extraordinary life of love and charity. And there was a little bit of a back and forth. Well, in God's presence, it's God's presence. Heaven is heaven. But yet there's something, I believe there's a difference for those who live generously, bountifully. They widen their heart, open up more. So I think they're able to receive more. Smaller heart, smaller, be filled, but it won't be as much. Because there are other places when Jesus teaches, other areas, your good works go with you. Not that we do good works for that purpose, it's just actually it's a sign of our own conversion. And so those like Mother Teresa who love God, gave everything, these saints who gave their life, I just can't be the same as me, Joe Schmo, and all of a sudden, what? No. So I think there is a difference. And he said, where your treasure is, there your heart will be. So how do you know where your treasure, where your heart is? That's the question. What do you think about when you're not thinking? What do you think about when you're not thinking? What do you mean by not thinking? If you think about something, where does your mind go? Those absent-minded thoughts. Maybe when you're brushing your teeth, when you're driving your car. What do you think about? That's just what's important to you. I've been doing swimming laps. What do you think about? When there's nothing on your mind, where do you go? And that says what's important to you at those moments when you have, on those idle moments, and you naturally go towards that. Some now will be thinking about the upcoming football season or the economy, whatever it may be. There's things you think about. But does our mind go to, gee, how's my prayer life? How am I serving others? Am I being charitable? Am I being impatient? Gee, I need to be more gracious. I need to be kinder. Those are thoughts that we should fill our minds. How can I be more of a greater disciple of Christ? And those things should weigh upon us. So gird your loins and light your lamps, and be like the servant who await the master's return. Go on your lances, sort of like your undergarments, the long thing. And so they had to gird them, tie them up, because at the walking distance, maybe do a little running, you got to be able to move. So get ready, run the movement, get ready. And he says, amen, you don't know when he's coming, but blessed are those who, when he comes, they're prepared. Way back in college in biology class, Father Spano would walk into class, and the very first thing he would do was go through his roster of students, call somebody, give you one question. That one question was worth a test grade. That's a lot of weight. So it was unnerving, because you didn't know who he was going to ask or when he might ask you. And you would think, well, once you get called once, you can breathe easy. You think, well, okay, I'm done, and he has to go through the rest of the names, and you probably can narrow it down, right? Not so fast, because he was able to call you again the second time, even before he called someone the first time, just to keep you on your toes. And that's how we see that we need to be ready. You never know when God is going to call us and ask us to be ready. Not to live in fear and anxiety, right? We live our normal life. I forget who was asked, what would you do if you knew God was coming? I just keep doing what I'm doing, whatever that may be. I don't want to have to run to church. If playing golf, keep playing golf. Meeting with friends, that's fine. As long as that your life is in order and ready to meet God, ready to come face to face. So we be prepared each and every day. And back to the gospel, said, Lord, is this parable meant for us or for everyone? The Lord replied, who then is the faithful and prudent steward whom the master will put in charge of his servants to distribute the food allowance at the proper time? Blessed is that servant whom his master and rival finds doing so. Truly I say to you, the master will put the servant in charge of all his property. But if that servant says to himself, my master is delayed in coming, and begins to beat the manservants and maidservants, to eat and drink and get drunk, then that servant's master will come in an unexpected day and an unknown hour and punish the man severely and assign him a place with the unfaithful. That servant who knew his master's will but did not make preparations, nor act in accord with his will, shall be beaten severely. And the servant who was ignorant of his master's will, but acted in a way deserving of a severe beating, shall be beaten only lightly. Much will be required of the person entrusted with much, and still more will be demanded of the person entrusted with more. Oh, so, a warning. For those who attend church regularly, more is expected of you. Those who have gone to Catholic education, however you received it, more will be expected of you. You can't claim ignorance. So the servant here, he knew better, and he got a severe beating. But the servant who was ignorant of his master's will, but acted in a way deserving of a severe beating, shall be beaten only lightly. Now, some use this as a defense of purgatory, that you weren't as responsible as others, but you didn't deserve a severe beating, but there was something given as well. And so that's those who have more will be, given as a priest, more is expected of me. Look at all the graces that have been offered to me, the masses, the retreats, the talks. I have no excuse. For those who attend church, no excuse. Just be ready. What you hear, put into practice. God bless you.